Hi, everybody! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will dive into the thrilling twists and turns awaiting us in the next 2 weeks from August 4th to August 15th. Where Drew Cain ramps up his pursuit of Willow Tate with unexpected assistance, Britt Westburn defies all expectations by breaking free from her constraints. And Carly Spencer extends a tantalizing offer to Jack Brennan that could reshape alliances in Port Charles. As the drama unfolds in the bustling streets and hidden corners of Port Charles, fans can expect a whirlwind of emotions, betrayals, and budding romances that keep everyone on the edge of their seats. Drew Cain, ever the determined strategist, finds himself in a precarious position with Willow Tate, prompting him to seek out unlikely allies to bridge the growing divide. Meanwhile, Britt Westburn's rebellious streak takes center stage as she throws caution to the wind, potentially igniting chaos in her secretive world. Adding to the intrigue, Carly Spencer's bold proposal to Jack Brennan hints at deeper connections, possibly blending business with pleasure in ways that could alter the power dynamics for good. These developments promise to weave a tapestry of suspense, with characters navigating personal vendettas, family feuds, and forbidden attractions that test their loyalties like never before. Kicking off the week of August 4th to 8th, Anna Devane's path unexpectedly intersects with Liesl Obrecht in a tense encounter that could unearth long-buried secrets from their storied pasts. Imagine the sparks flying as these two formidable women circle each other, perhaps over a shared concern involving a mutual acquaintance or a forgotten grudge that resurfaces at the worst possible moment. This meeting might lead to an uneasy truce or escalate into a full-blown confrontation, adding layers of complexity to Anna's already intricate web of investigations. On another front, Ava Jerome steps into the spotlight with a cunning proposition aimed at Alexis Davis, designed to cleverly sideline Rick Lansing from their ongoing blackmail intrigue. Ava, known for her sharp wit and survival instincts, could be offering Alexis a deal that promises mutual benefits, like exclusive access to incriminating evidence or a way to protect their families from fallout. But it risks exposing vulnerabilities if Rick catches wind of the exclusion. This move underscores Ava's relentless drive to maintain control, potentially drawing Alexis deeper into a moral quagmire where legal ethics clash with personal gain. Shifting gears, Christina Corinthos Davis continues her high-stakes game by shelling out another hefty $10,000 to Cody Bell, enlisting him to intensify his seduction efforts toward Ava. Picture Christina, fueled by a mix of desperation and determination, handing over the cash in a shadowy alley or discreet cafe, whispering instructions for Cody to charm his way into Ava's confidences. This plot thickens as Cody, with his roguish charm and hidden agendas, might add his own twists, like planting false leads or uncovering Ava's weaknesses that Christina hadn't anticipated. Over with Jason Morgan, he opens up to Sonny Corinthos in a heartfelt confession, likely dissecting the enigmatic situation surrounding Britt Westburn. Their conversation could unfold in Sonny's dimly lit penthouse, with Jason revealing intel from his shadowy network, prompting Sonny to offer gritty advice drawn from his own turbulent history. This exchange might strengthen their bond or reveal cracks, especially if Sonny suspects ulterior motives in Britt's actions. Elsewhere, the villainous Jens Sidwell sets his sights on derailing Tracy Quartermain's latest maneuver, perhaps by intercepting a crucial business deal or spreading damaging rumors through Port Charles elite circles. Tracy, with her unyielding Quartermain resolve, could counter with a clever trap of her own, turning the sabotage into an opportunity to expose Jens's broader schemes. In a more youthful subplot, Danny Morgan imparts some well-intentioned guidance to Rocco Falconeri, but this advice has the potential to spectacularly misfire, leading to Dante and Lulu Spencer unleashing their frustrations. Envision Danny drawing from his own experiences with family chaos, suggesting Rocco take a bold stand on a personal matter, only for it to spiral into a misunderstanding that pulls in parental wrath involving a school incident or a secret Rocco's been keeping. This could highlight the challenges of growing up in the spotlight of Port Charles' dramatic families, with lessons learned the hard way. Michael Corinthos grapples with mounting suspicions that eat away at him, eventually confiding in a trusted ally, perhaps a family member or close friend, who helps him unpack the paranoia. These doubts might swirl around Willow's possible role as Daisy Gilmore Corbin's stalker, or they could wrongly pin blame on Drew, echoing Nina Reeves' earlier misconceptions. Alternatively, Michael's instincts could point toward Drew's simmering revenge against Curtis Ashford, involving corporate espionage or personal vendettas that threaten the Corinthos empire. Whatever the route, Willow appears ready to make a compelling appeal to Michael, pleading for access to the children amid their strained relationship. She might approach him with a heartfelt letter or a surprise visit, emphasizing her growth and remorse, hoping to melt his resolve. This tension boils over when Harrison Chase steps in, clashing fiercely with Michael, likely after Chase defends Willow's honor in a heated argument, showcasing his protective nature and adding fuel to the family fire. A surprising shift occurs between Sunny and Ada Justine Turner, where initial hostilities give way to a tentative thaw, complicated by Justine's unspoken, deeper feelings for him. Their interactions could evolve from courtroom standoffs to private moments of vulnerability, with Justine wrestling internally over her attraction to the enigmatic mobster. This dynamic adds a layer of forbidden romance, as Justine navigates her professional duties while her heart pulls her towards Sunny's charismatic orbit. Meanwhile, Emma Scorpio Drake bears her soul to Trina Robinson, admitting that her feelings for Giovanni Giopalmieri extend far beyond platonic friendship. In a cozy coffee shop chat or a late-night heart-to-heart, Emma might describe the butterflies and stolen glances, with Trina offering supportive advice drawn from her own romantic escapades, potentially encouraging Emma to take a leap of faith. Drew's persistence shines through as he corners Elizabeth Baldwin, enlisting her aid in his Willow dilemma, perhaps requesting her to facilitate a discreet meeting or gauge Willow's emotional state. Elizabeth, with her compassionate nursing background, could hesitate at first, weighing the ethics of meddling, but ultimately provide insights that Drew twists to his advantage. Despite his earlier vows to step back, Drew's fixation on Willow suggests a manipulative comeback, maybe involving grand gestures like anonymous gifts or orchestrated chance encounters to win her over. On a different note, Carly presents Jack Brennan with an intriguing proposition that could deepen their romantic entanglement, such as a joint venture in a high-stakes project or a getaway to explore their chemistry. However, Brennan harbors secrets about Josslyn Jack's location, keeping them under wraps to protect his own interests, which adds an element of mystery and potential betrayal. At the luxurious Five Poppies resort, Josslyn Jax assumes the role of Vaughn's pretend wife, immersing herself in a facade of marital bliss to advance their covert operation. This charade might involve elaborate dinners, staged affectionate displays, and whispered strategies in opulent suites, all while Britt Westburn defies her directives and goes rogue, infuriating her enigmatic male superior with impulsive decisions that could unravel everything. Britt's rebellion might stem from a personal epiphany or a hidden agenda, like seeking revenge on past foes or pursuing a lost love, leading to high-drama confrontations in the resort's hidden corridors. Transitioning to the week of August 11th to 15th, the spotlight intensifies on a potential Britt sighting that leaves Josslyn reeling, perhaps spotting her across a crowded lobby or hearing her voice in the distance, forcing Josslyn to question her eyes and scramble to maintain cover. As Josslyn and Vaughn perfect their romantic pretense, the boundaries between fiction and genuine emotion start to dissolve, possibly culminating in a passionate, behind-closed-doors moment that complicates their mission. Imagine the tension building during a moonlit walk or a fake anniversary toast, where sparks fly unexpectedly, testing their resolve and risking exposure. This budding connection could jeopardize their objectives, especially as Jason Morgan's curiosity about Britt's involvement at the resort grows, prompting him to dig deeper into leads that might lead him straight to Dalmatia. If Josslyn isn't vigilant, she could come face-to-face with Jason in a shocking twist, blending relief with the danger of blown covers and escalating threats from unseen enemies. Next, we will explore the simmering tensions and potential reunions brewing between Willow Corinthos and Michael Corinthos, as old flames threaten to reignite amid a sea of betrayals and hidden truths in Port Charles. In the ever-twisting world of General Hospital, Willow and Michael's complicated history takes center stage once more, with recent upheavals paving the way for emotions long thought buried to bubble back to the surface. with Drew Quartermain unceremoniously left at the altar after his web of deceptions unraveled, and Sasha Gilmore Corbin vanishing into the night alongside the enigmatic Daisy Corinthos Gilmore. The path seems clear for Willow and Michael to confront the remnants of their shared past. Imagine the quiet evenings at the Quartermain estate turning into charged encounters, where a simple glance or a lingering conversation could tip the scales toward reconciliation. Yet, the scars from past heartbreaks loom larger. Drew's fabricated tales of Michael abandoning young Wiley Corinthos, coupled with those falsified drug tests that sow doubt and division, have left Willow emotionally battered and Michael guarded. Fans are buzzing on social media platforms, speculating if this void left by Drew and Sasha might finally allow the couple to rediscover the love that once defined them, or if it's merely a setup for more turmoil. Adding a fresh layer of intrigue, whispers among the Port Charles elite suggest Michael has been confiding in close allies like his sister Christina about his lingering regrets, hinting at a vulnerability that could draw him back to Willow's side. Delving deeper into this emotional roller coaster, Willow's abrupt fallout with Drew has exposed raw wounds, fueled by his blatant lies that painted Michael as an unreliable father and manipulated evidence to erode trust. Online forums are alight with enthusiastic posts from viewers who envision a heartfelt reunion, perhaps starting with Willow seeking solace in familiar places like the old family home where memories of happier days with their children flood back. Michael's perspective has shifted dramatically since Curtis Ashford dropped the explosive revelation about Drew's clandestine affair with Nina Reeves, a betrayal that not only shattered alliances, but also prompted Michael to reflect on his own missteps. This newfound empathy might manifest in subtle gestures, such as Michael arranging a surprise family outing for Wiley and Amelia, creating opportunities for him and Willow to reconnect away from the prying eyes of Port Charles society. The fanbase remains divided, with some rooting for a triumphant return to romance, picturing stolen kisses under the stars, while others warn that the damage from infidelity and deceit runs too deep, potentially turning any rekindled spark into a destructive inferno. To spice things up, invented rumors circulating in the show's universe could include a mysterious letter from Sasha, hinting at her reasons for fleeing and indirectly urging Michael to give Willow another chance, adding an extra twist to their evolving dynamic. As spoilers tease, a moment of weakness could dramatically alter the course for Willow and Michael, pulling them into a whirlwind of rediscovered passion that might culminate in an unexpected pregnancy. Envision them finding themselves isolated during a stormy night at the gatehouse, reminiscing over old photo albums filled with snapshots of Wiley's first steps and Amelia's joyful laughter, their hands brushing accidentally and igniting a firestorm of suppressed desires. Willow's misty-eyed vulnerability, combined with Michael's protective instincts, could lead to an impulsive embrace that blurs the lines between forgiveness and folly, leaving them to grapple with the consequences of a potential new life. Enthusiastic fan theories are proliferating, with some predicting a dramatic ultrasound reveal that forces them to confront their future, while others caution that such a development might only serve as a temporary bandage over unresolved issues. Complicating matters is Willow's closely guarded secret chest, the one behind the shocking baby napping incident that rocked the community months ago. A truth that could explode at any moment and shatter any fragile trust they're rebuilding. This hidden bombshell adds a thrilling undercurrent of suspense as Michael begins piecing together clues from Drew's downfall, realizing he too was manipulated and perhaps extending Willow the grace she desperately needs to heal their fractured bond. The possibility of a third child entering the picture raises profound questions about whether it could salvage or sabotage Willow and Michael's tenuous connection. Their lingering chemistry feels like a delicate thread, one that a pregnancy might strengthen through shared responsibility. But it also risks forcing them into a partnership devoid of genuine affection, leading to an inevitable collapse. Picture the couple navigating doctor's appointments and nursery preparations, only for underlying resentment stemming from Willow's past choices and Michael's unforgiving stanchado erupt in heated arguments that echo through the Quartermain halls. Spoilers suggest this scenario could play out with added drama, such as an intervention from family matriarch Monica Quartermain, who offers sage advice drawn from her own tumultuous romantic history, urging them to prioritize emotional rebuilding over hasty decisions. On the flip side, if old sparks truly reignite, it might blossom into a renewed commitment, with Michael proposing a fresh start during a romantic picnic by the lake, complete with vows to leave the betrayals behind. However, the narrative warns that without addressing the root causes, like Willow's undisclosed role in the baby napping saga, any new beginning could crumble under the weight of secrets, leaving fans to ponder if their love story is destined for revival or ruin. Next, we will delve into the explosive family tensions heating up in Port Charles, where Carly Spencer's pointed lecture to her daughter Josslyn just jacks about her entanglement with the enigmatic Vaughn sparks outrage and debate among fans over glaring double standards. The vibrant undercurrents of drama in Port Charles are reaching a fever pitch this week, with Carly Spencer at the heart of a brewing storm as she dishes out unsolicited advice to Josslyn regarding her blossoming yet complicated romance with Vaughn. Social media platforms like Facebook are ablaze with viewer backlash, highlighting what many see as Carly's blatant hypocrisy after all. Her own youthful escapades were riddled with risky liaisons and rebellious choices that defied convention. Picture Carly with her signature fiery demeanor, pulling Joss aside for a stern talk, emphasizing the dangers of getting involved with an older WSB agent who's also juggling flirtations with Emma Scorpio Drake in a setup that's anything but exclusive. Fans are quick to point out that Carly, at Joss's age, was deeply enmeshed in tumultuous affairs. From her passionate on-again off-again saga with Jason Morgan to her whirlwind involvement with Sonny Corinthos. Not to mention the scandalous fling with her stepfather Tony Jones that shocked the town. This history makes her current stance feel like a classic case of the pot calling the kettle black, prompting heated online discussions about whether Joss will absorb the wisdom or fire back with reminders of her mother's checkered past. To add a fresh twist, invented whispers among Port Charles insiders suggest Carly might be drawing from a recently unearthed diary from her younger days, filled with entries about her own heartbreaks, which could explain her overzealous protectiveness and fuel Joss's potential comeback. Carly's efforts to guide Joss through the murky waters of her relationship with Vaughn have ignited a firestorm of criticism, as enthusiasts call out the inconsistencies in her moral compass. Back when Carly was navigating her 20s, she dove headfirst into entanglements that ignored wiser counsel, embracing the chaos of non-exclusive dynamics and age-gap romances without a second thought. Think of her steamy interludes that often blurred lines between love, loyalty, and lust. Now she's positioning herself as the voice of reason, cautioning Joss against Vaughn's secretive nature and his apparent divided attentions toward Emma, implying that Joss deserves a partner who's fully committed rather than one entangled in spy games and casual flirtations. Joss, having just returned from adrenaline-fueled WSB missions that honed her independence, pushes back against this interference, perhaps in a charged exchange where she highlights how her choices mirror the very freedoms Carly once fought for. Fan reactions are pouring in, with many applauding Joss's spirited defense while others nod in agreement with Carly's concerns, wondering if this mother-daughter rift could unearth long-buried family secrets, like a forgotten letter from Carly's past that Joss stumbles upon, revealing parallels that make the hypocrisy even more stark. This dynamic adds layers to their bond, as Joss grapples with whether to dismiss the advice outright or let it plant seeds of doubt about Vaughn's true intentions. In a particularly intense moment unfolding at the glamorous Metro Court, Carly corners Joss for a no-holds-barred conversation, laying out her fears that Vaughn's maturity, covert lifestyle, and ongoing connections to Emma could lead to nothing but heartache for her daughter. Joss stands her ground with fiery determination, asserting that she's comfortable with the non-exclusive nature of things for the time being, especially since it aligns with the high-stakes world of espionage they've both entered. Viewers are captivated by Joss's unyielding spirit, drawing comparisons to Carly's own youthful defiance. Yet they're left pondering if Carly is merely projecting her accumulated regrets from a lifetime of romantic misadventures. Meanwhile, Anna Devane, privy to the intricacies of Joss's undercover role within the WSB, chooses to remain on the sidelines, her silence perhaps stemming from a strategic decision to avoid escalating the family feud or revealing operational details that could compromise missions. On the horizon, Emma Scorpio Drake might seize the opportunity to fan the flames, maybe by dropping subtle hints during a chance encounter at Kelly's diner, exploiting the emerging cracks to advance her own interests in Vaughn. This subplot introduces an element of intrigue, with invented scenarios like Emma anonymously sending Joss a cryptic message about Vaughn's divided loyalties, heightening the tension and forcing Joss to question her path. The burning question on everyone's mind is whether Joss's budding rebellion will echo the wild, independent streak that defined Carly's earlier years, or if she forged an entirely new trail amid the shadows of Port Charles' intrigue. It's a compelling argument that much of Joss and Vaughn's connection is shrouded in the secrecy of their WSB assignments. From covert operations in exotic locales to shared adrenaline rushes that blur professional and personal boundaries, details that Carly remains blissfully unaware of. Adding to the irony of her lectures, fans are thoroughly enjoying this clash of generations, as Joss's bold stance against her mother's guidance becomes a focal point, potentially reshaping their relationship into one of mutual respect or deeper conflict. Imagine Joss confiding in a trusted friend like Trina Robinson about the confrontation, weighing the pros and cons of heeding Carly's words while inventing a subplot where Joss discovers old photos of Carly's escapades, using them as ammunition in their next showdown. Despite the apparent double standards, there's a chance that Carly's warnings, born from hard-won experience, might resonate with Joss on a subconscious level, prompting her to reevaluate the risks of her non-exclusive arrangement. Ultimately, as this mother-daughter drama unfolds, it underscores the timeless themes of growth, hypocrisy, and self-discovery in General Hospital's narrative tapestry. With Carly's past serving as a mirror to Joss's present choices, the storyline promises to evolve in unexpected ways, perhaps with Vaughn himself stepping in to defend their relationship during a surprise visit to the Spencer home, adding a layer of external validation or further complication. Viewers are hooked, speculating if Joss will ultimately demand more from Vaughn or continue embracing the thrill of uncertainty. All while Carly reflects on how her advice might be a bid to spare her daughter the pain she endured. As the week progresses, these tensions could lead to pivotal revelations that strengthen family ties or drive wedges deeper, keeping the Port Charles saga as riveting as ever. Stay tuned for more spoilers that peel back the layers of these intricate relationships.